Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the May 17th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This is a first for me. I actually recorded this video 10 minutes ago, and when I went to do the short for Courage to Change, I realized that I read March 17th instead of May 17th in my video. So now I'm doing it all over again. And I will say right now that the 2 readings are very connected. So I'll look it over, but it's only going to take me a second because I just did this. The question is, what effect does focusing on the present have on my attitudes today? And the person who wrote this is talking about when they're rushing to solve all their problems, they feel like they have lost sight of their higher power and that they're not living one day at a time, as the popular Al-Anon slogan goes. They feel that when they are trusting their higher power, they envision walking on a path in a forest and a fog comes in and they can't see ahead of them, which would be looking towards the future. They can't see behind them, which would be looking at the past. They can only see a couple of steps in front of them, which is staying in the day. Today's reminder: instead of worrying about the future or the past, I can look to my higher power to help me be here right now, right where I am. The quote is from Discovering Choices, Recovery and Relationships. When we are thinking about the past or the future, we can bring ourselves back. As a way of detaching. We can be in the present as a way of detaching from the future and the past. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. I don't know why. It's like I'm reading this for the first time. So what effect does focusing on the present have on my attitudes today? I feel like my attitude is much more calm, much more serene, and even more positive when I stay in the present. When I look elsewhere, the future, the past, it's not productive, it's not helpful, and so it's much better for my attitude. I have a much better, more positive attitude when I focus on today. I thought that was going to be a lot easier since I just did that, but it wasn't. It wasn't easier. May 17th. Okay, I'm going to look this over. This is beautiful. This is about the same thing. It's about living one day at a time. And it acknowledges that the future, no one can predict the future, and that we really have no choice but to live one day at a time because it's all we ever have. We can make plans, but we can't determine the results. In the future, we'll be different than we are right now. It says I will be different than what I am right now in the future, and how we can reduce one day at a time to 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. There have been times in my life where I've done that, where I've just had to breathe really second by second. And there is a tab on this page. I know it at specific times in my life. This page was very, very helpful. If we focus on what's really, it says, if I focus on what is right in front of me right now, I know that I am fine. Like if I really just where I am right now, like sitting at my desk, in my chair, in this comfortable room, I'm fine. Today's reminder, we are free when we do not let fears of tomorrow bother us. All I have is today. Let me make today a wonderful day. And the quote is from the Bible that basically says, tomorrow will take care of itself. So don't you worry about a thing. In the famous words of Stevie Wonder. It's a great song if you've ever heard it. So, as usual, words of wisdom, really good for me to hear, because I think it was just yesterday that I was thinking about the future and just I know the point is I'm going to do it. The important thing to remember is to gently guide myself back, and that's what I'm doing. But I think it's important for me not to let myself like get frustrated with myself, because I guess it just is what it is. And when I realize I'm doing it, the best thing to do is as soon as I realize it, I can just gently say to myself, what's going on right now? Focus on that. There's so much to be grateful for, so many wonderful things going on right now. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.